What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a analysis on TNC versus Tlph. So if you guys don't have the background story about this is actually where TNC choked like at the at the last Lord, I think, when they tried ending the game. And then yeah, Tlph took advantage of it and they ended up winning the game. So TNC should have won the series if they just went Lord, but they didn't go for the Lord, so it's very unfortunate, but we're gonna see how it turns out. Let's see how Tlph played it and TNC as well. So TNC, they banned Luyi, Phobius, Harris, and Tlph, they banned Sushin, Chip, and Fanny. This is after the patch, by the way, the Kalia patch. But Kalia is not available yet, so they cannot use it yet. So this one, I was actually surprised that they picked Granger first, since there's still a Joy. And I'm surprised that Tlph did not pick Joy. They picked Suyu over Joy, because in terms of matchup and in terms of the way the team fight's gonna go, like I've said before in my previous videos, Joy is very good against Granger since she's a dive hero, right? Unlike Suyu has less mobility than Joy, so it's harder to catch the Granger with Suyu, unless you're camping into a bush and then Granger's like going over aggressive. So yeah, but they opt out for the Jawhead Suyu. Alright, so I've been seeing this a lot in MPLPH. People are spamming it, teams are spamming it, and it's working because they are getting they get their control early game. But the Chu and the Joy are very good picks here. So far, like, both teams have very good drafts. It's almost like a 50-50, but in my opinion, like as a coach, in my perspective, I would rather have this draft. It's faster, it has a poke. This one has poke too with Farsa, but they don't have anything to kind of dive the Granger right now. So they need something to dive this Granger so that he's out of his comfort zone and so that he could die, or else it's going to be really hard to kill this Granger, right? And the Sky Piercer is the Sky Piercer stack is never going to go away if you're unable to kill this Granger. So that's the problem. True's very good against Jawhead, so already, like the Roamer matchup, we already know that True has the advantage because you could dodge the second skill, and also you could dodge the ulti quite easily with True since he's very mobile, very agile as a Roamer. Same thing with the Joy, right? Very mobile, kind of hard to catch Joy with the Jawhead, but it all depends on the timing, to be honest with you. So yeah, these guys banned the Sicilian. Not really sure why. A lot of teams have been playing Sicilian now. I don't know what happened. There was nothing that changed into the Sicilian. Nothing. There's no buff into Sicilian. I don't see any items that could possibly be buffed to change the Sicilian. So I'm not really sure why teams ended up like why teams are now picking Sicilian, right? Maybe it's because it's harder to finish the game due to, you know, the defensive turret for the base towers. It blows up on the Lord and it gets melted quite easily. But all the Lords have a charge on the towers now. Like, even if it's a first Lord. The only evolved Lord is 18 minutes. Right? These guys banned the Badang and the Bruno. They could pick Irithel. Yeah, they could pick Irithel. Hilda is pretty decent, but the problem with this is, the thing is, here, you guys need to realize this. Yes, Hilda is very, very strong early game. The problem is the late game where they don't have any crowd control to stop this guy. That's going to be their problem right there. And Hilda doesn't give you enough crowd control to stop any of these guys, right? Or even to cancel. You only have one crowd control to cancel the Chu, which is your ulti. It's like a slight stun. But if you're going to use it against a Chu, then the rest of the team fight, these two guys are kind of like, they have a smile on their faces. They're not scared of any CC, right? These guys picked the Valentina to avoid a Lucas pick right here on the last pick, so that's pretty good. They picked the carry, okay. Never mind, they already have Hilda. It's not to avoid Lucas, what the heck. These guys could have picked Lucas, I think. Lucas would have been really good against these guys. Yeah. What else could have been good? Also, another problem is the carry pick. I'm not really sure why they pick carry, because glue is very, very hard to deal with against a if you're a carry. It's very hard to deal with if you're against glue, but carry is pretty decent against Joy, I guess. Since if Joy dashes into you, you could you're a little bit tanky, right? You're a little bit tanky if you have a specific emblem where you go firmness and tenacity, and then carries go full damage. And plus, if carry messes up the dash, or it takes too long to kill the carry, right? You could definitely burst the joy since he doesn't have vengeance. Overall, it's a 50-50 draft. Both drafts are pretty good. I mean, both drafts could be better as well. I think this should have been something else, maybe. But I don't know why they banned Badang. Badang would have been really good, but since TLPH had the pick first, they wanted to ban it, so I guess it's okay. Yeah, never mind. Glue's alright. Valentina's alright also. Even these guys, it's alright. Maybe they should have last picked the XP and flexed. They should have last picked the XP and picked the mage first or something like that, so that they could counter pick for their last pick since their second pick. But anyways, like so far, look at JP already ganking Benny. Oh damn! All right, so very early aggression right there. We already know how Benny plays, right? Very aggressive, and they kind of punished Benny for it, for being an aggressive gold laner, as we could see. Already wasting a flicker, 2 flickers already. I don't know how Lancey was forced to flicker, but also JP was forced to flicker. So now a lot of people are using focusing mark, especially if you're not a roamer that needs to use concussive blast when you're, or if you're not a roamer that often clears the mid lane. Focusing mark is really good because it adds movement speed whenever you hit an enemy, and your teammates do 6% more damage, I believe, to the person that you're dealing damage to, or crowd controlling, I believe, something like that. Anyway, Suyu gets the, like I said earlier, right? This is a very early game team composition, but the problem here is, now, you have your early game with Jawhead, Suyu, and Hilda, right? Your late game is gonna go for Farsa and carry, so they need to carry you late game, which is pretty balanced. These guys have a late game with, well, I mean, Granger's pretty early game, I'd say. Valentina's pretty early game. Overall, these are kind of early game as well, but Granger's not that bad late game. So in terms of late game, since these guys are just, no, Hilda falls off so much, right, in the later stages of the game. Overall, like the balance of things, late game, these guys should win, right? Because Hilda just falls off. Same with Jawhead. Jawhead falls off so hard early, late game. Very nice poke from Carl. Oh, nice kick from Yahweh. I mean, expecting is true, right? Yeah. I mean, it's expected. It's Yahweh Chu. This guy should be dead, no? Ooh, nice dodge from Carl TZ, but he's still gonna die. Lord JM, very nice pickoff right there. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was alright. Good trade. Both teams are very, very aggressive from what I notice. Compared to other teams, like let's say for example Falcons. They only team fight when they have to, but these two teams, they're like going in all out. There's a lot of team fights happening right now. It's not like it's a brawl. It's just that a lot of team fights or engagements are happening, right? A lot of plays, and that's what I expect from but like TNC. That's what I expect from them, and this is how Echo Express was before, with Yahweh as their tank. That he'll make like a sudden engagement without any objectives in mind. So maybe that's why they ended up opting for JP, since JP's more of like, he's more of a team player where he waits for like an objective and he waits for his teammates to tell him, oh, you should engage and let's get this kill somewhere. Whereas Yahweh, he's more of like an independent playmaker. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's Lancey. I don't know if that is worth it. What the heck is that? Why would you flicker for that? Definitely not worth it. Oh, nice kick again. Stun. Damn, Yahweh's Shu, man. Yahweh's Shu is on a different level, and already TNC is playing better in terms of early game, right? We thought that these guys were gonna be better. Jawhead, Suyu, and Hilda. So TNC is already controlling the game at this point, right? TNC is already controlling the game at this point. So it's looking good for them. It's definitely looking good for them. They just need to be disciplined and win. Literally, they just have to play it out because they're controlling the tempo right now. 2 towers for nothing. They killed 4 people. So it's like a huge momentum for them in the game, in this game, right? So let's see here. Jawhead's gonna make a play. Can they kill? No, you cannot pick off the glue with ulti, bro. You need to be careful of that. Very nice ulti from Glue. See, they're controlling the tempo. They just need to chill though. The problem here is, you see the problem with TLPH, they keep going for team fights, right? They keep going for team fights. It could be a good thing if they end up killing people, right? It's like non-stop team fight. But if it was any other team, instead of Joy going for a team fight here at top, Joy would be pushing bot and getting towers and getting objectives for free. Because all the members of TLPH were on this side of the map. That's one thing that I see TNC has a hole with, right? They don't punish as well. They killed 4 people, they got 2 towers. They could have punished more, they could have gotten 3 towers instead of going for another team fight, right? If they didn't go for that team fight, if Joy didn't go for that kill on who died earlier, I forgot who died earlier, but yeah, it was just a kill for nothing. It was maybe for a blue. I don't know if Joy got the blue, but Joy could have gotten this tower right here. Tower, I say tower over buff, in my opinion, in a coach's perspective at least. Tower over buff, because it gives you more map pressure around the map, and it makes them not be able to overextend around the map when you get towers. So that's one thing that TNC is missing. Yes, they're really good on team fights. They're a team fight heavy team, and that's why the more team fights you do, you're gonna yeah like that. If you mess up an engage like that, this is where it's gonna go down. And then when you try to fight TNC on team fights, it's very hard, very hard, because it's so chaotic. But the retribution battle though, Carl Teasy always winning. Was it 2 turtles so far that he stole? It was the first turtle and the third turtle, but TNC got the second turtle, I believe. Okay, Granger should be pushing this bot lane while Yahweh's giving vision. Okay, it's already pushed, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I get it. TNC lost and they were winning, but it could be punished a lot faster if they're more macro heavy, instead of looking for team fights, because team fights is not always the answer to everything, right? Killing somebody is not always the answer to everything. You could literally get someone low and win a team fight. You could force a spell on someone and win a team fight. So that's one thing that I see from TNC that they could possibly do better. Although, yes, their strength as their play style as a team, or their identity as a team, is definitely creating team fights and creating chaos with Yahweh engaging and everything. Since he's such a good playmaker, and we know that he's on his Cho, right? Comfort pick. So the Lord's about to be up in 48 seconds. Let's see how they set this up. Is he gonna kick? Oh, he's not. Oh my God! But I don't know, man. He did a 4-man knuckle. That's a problem with. I think that's what Echo had a problem with Yahweh, right? Just one death, right there. Just one crucial death where they could just wait for the Lord because they're so ahead, and flow the minion waves. He makes this out of nowhere call to do a 4-man knockup, right? Let's you know what? Let's watch that again. I want to see where his teammates were. So the follow-up that he has is Valentina, and most likely, can Joy follow up? No, Joy cannot follow up since Joy just did the blue buff. So let's see if Joy can follow up here. I wanted to see the replay again right here. Oh, never mind. Joy could follow up. Can he? Yeah, Joy could follow up, but he went into 4 people. Maybe it was way too early. No. I don't know if it was a good idea. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because in a coach's perspective, again, if you're very ahead of the game, it's unnecessary for you to make a play. Because if you think about it this way, if you're ahead of the game, right? TNC's ahead of the game. If I'm TNC, and you're ahead of by 3 to 4k gold lead, it should be the enemies. It should be them making a play so they can make a comeback, right? They should be coming to you instead of you coming to them. Because the more opportunities you give your enemies to come back, and you mess up, like making an error just like that, the more chances of them having a comeback play like this, right? The momentum is now shifted. Now there's a Lord in this 4v5. Because it's like a domino effect at this point. Because Yahweh died twice, right? That's twice. This is the problem with such a team fight heavy team. Is if you keep trying to look for plays, the more plays you try making, the more opportunities you give yourself at messing up and creating an error. So sometimes it's actually better to do less than to do too much, right? So I don't know if that makes sense if you guys are watching, but this should be a free lord, almost a free lord. It was still a little bit of a 50-50 because it's a joy. What I don't like here from Tlph is they kind of overstayed. They could have just kind of dipped. They should have just dipped right away. They have the lord in and they cannot really use this. See, the problem with this is carry is single target, right? And if glue comes near him, or near carry, she gets zoned out like quite easily. Yeah. So anyways, what TNC needs to do here is reset. That was very unfortunate for Tlph that they very unfortunate for Tlph that 2 people died and they couldn't use the lord. But after taking the lord, it looks like, if you could see, like Jawhead threw the Hilda away. This guy got glued. Never mind. I thought he went in. He got glued. Ulti. Yaoi died again. You see how Yaoi keeps dying? He keeps trying to make plays, and then Lord JM dies as well. Now the momentum is shifted again, 2-for-1. The more plays, the more highlight plays you try doing. That's why Yaoi is a double-edged sword. He's a good playmaker, but there are times where it's like, damn. You would question yourself if you're his coach, like, oh, why are you trying to make these plays? You know what I mean? But now the gold is shifted. If you look at the gold lead, it's barely any difference, right? It's 1K compared to earlier where it was like 4K and they had the momentum, they had the map control. Now Tlph has the chance to actually come back. And to be honest with you, a lot of mistakes that TNC has is the decision making, man. Decision making. I don't know if it's from an individual or as a team, but like, it's like they're beating themselves. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're trying to do too much, but it's their playstyle, so I can't really argue with that, right? It's their playstyle, so like, how can I say like don't be yourself and play? Because it's definitely, if I tell Yaoi to not make too much plays, then it's not gonna be Yaoi, right? So that's the problem. But since you got him as a player, that's something that you have to deal with, and the way to fix it is probably, the only way to fix something like that is probably comms. Right? I'm not gonna share too much, but there is a way to fix it. But I think I'll just keep that to myself for now. I'll just keep that to myself for now. I mean, I do have an idea on how to fix this because I've had a couple players play like this. A playmaker type of roamer where he just wants to make plays over and over again. So I've had a fair share of my roamers that play like this. Obviously not the same caliber as Yaoi, but the same playstyle is what I mean. But yeah, let's see here. The Lord's about to be up. They slow push. Tlph slow push this top lane so that they don't get pressured. So now they're gonna pressure the Lord. So a very good setup from Tlph. Again, like at this point of the game, I think TNC should be ahead because Hilda is kind of pointless or useless at this point, in my opinion. He's just a sandbag at this point. And the only playmaker they have is JP, and JP is not even known for making plays. Well, if you compare it to Yaoi, right? He's not known to be like the type of explosive playmaker. When he's your only playmaker, you're gonna have a hard time, right? I mean, I'm not saying he can't make plays, it's just that he doesn't specialize in making plays, right? We all know JP is more of a team player. He's very selfless and he dies for the team. So that's why he gets a lot of criticism. Oh, he's dying a lot, he's bronze, whatever, right? But his deaths are always like reasonable. That's the thing about JP. He's gonna make a play. Why do you keep making a play on Glue? I don't get it. Glue can just dodge your second skill with ulti. I don't get it. I don't know why he keeps making a play on Glue. It's the wrong target to go for. And now Carry dies, and now they have advantage. TNC has advantage again. If you notice, like throughout this game, right, the one who tries to make a play first and messes up are the ones losing. Like earlier, Chu was trying to make a play, messes up, loses. Now JP's the one trying to make a play. Even like towards the early game, JP was messing up plays, right, and then TNC was winning. And now you see JP try to make a play on the wrong target. Glue. It's a Glue. Why would you make a play on a Glue with ulti that could dodge you, right? Now they're losing, right? Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna happen again for TNC. Because knowing the results, right? TNC, I know TNC choked, and TLPH ended up winning. I saw the results, but I actually did not watch this game. Let's see if Yahweh tries to make a play and they mess up. Let's see. But from what I remember from the Facebook post that I saw, it's mostly like decision making as a team where they didn't go Lord and they just try to end the game. I don't know whose call it was, but I guess we're gonna see it from like a vlog from Doggy or maybe a mic check. I don't know if they're gonna reveal it, but yeah, the Lord is pushing for TNC. How are they gonna flow this wave? I think they should focus on top and mid. Why are they going bot? They should not go bot. Yeah, focus on top and mid because there's still second tier towers here. Joy should be pushing this. They need vision. Okay, they know where Jawhead is, so he should be free. You should be pushing top. You should be pushing top. You should be pushing top. Joy, go, go, go. God, he's so slow. Now it's not flowed. The problem with this, it might not be flowed. Never mind, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It should be fine. Let it push. Never mind, he didn't push it. So now it's a little bit delayed. I guess it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I made it too much a big of a deal, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. I think Joy should have been top lane instead of going mid, since there's a big wave right there that he could have used. Because the rest of TLPH were forced to defend this Lord right here at the bot lane. Joy should have pressured a little bit right here so that Suyu doesn't have a free clear. You don't want a lane with free clear. So the 4-1 setup was good, but Joy should have been here at top. Maybe he could have chipped down a little bit of that tower instead of going mid and just clearing and doing nothing, right? Or maybe what they were trying to do was for Joy to be ready to dash and go in and then zone. But again, it's like, why are you thinking of team fights when you could just punish and use the Lord efficiently, right? Stop thinking of team fight and just get objectives. I think that's what their mindset is, and I think I don't know. I need to have an opinion on this. I need to know their personality and playstyle. Again, from what it looks like, they're a team fight heavy team. That is their playstyle, so you cannot really argue with it. But I'm a coach where it's like more on macro, right? I do not like unnecessary shit. Me personally, as a coach, at least, that's my coaching style. Their coaching style could be different, so that's why I cannot really have an opinion on this since I don't know the players individually. So that's one thing that coaches have to, take into account. How the players play, what their play style is, what their identity is as a team. Are they aggressive or what? Yahweh's gonna make a play. Is he gonna mess up? Nice kick. Oh, uy! Did he lock? He could have kicked Sanji, but I think he was forcing out a Purify. And JP is gonna get stuck again. Yahweh's gonna get away. Yahweh almost died right here. Lord JM is with 1 HP right there. Damn. Yeah, how did they lose this? How exactly do you lose this? Look. 3v4. 3v5. 3v5. Yeah, this is definitely a free Lord. I think this is where they said that they should have done Lord. It should be Joy doing Lord by herself. I think she could do it by herself. But it's an evolved Lord, so I'm not really sure. I think he needs a Granger. They can't end it. It's against a Farsa, bro. It's gonna be hard to end, I'm gonna tell you. It's against a Farsa. Right there. It's against a Farsa. It's against a Farsa. It's against a Farsa. I mean, I get it. Never mind. It was not the play yet. They tried to end, though. It was so pointless because this tower's already down. And now they have time. These guys have time to contest for the Lord, where they could have just taken the Lord for free. Oh! Okay, no Purify Farsa. You see what I mean? The decision making as a team is not it. It was definitely not. I'm gonna tell you this right. It was not endable. It was not endable. I mean, if Farsa did not have Purify earlier at that base, maybe it was endable. So Chu could cancel the feather. But since he has Purify, it was not endable. And only one wave was pushed. Yeah. Now TLPH has the chance, right? They have the chance to actually contest, where TNC could have gotten this Evolve Lord for free earlier. a lot of the decision making is not they're not the best. All right. I don't know who's calling for TNC. From what I noticed on their mic check, it's mostly Yahweh. Right there, yeah, go on the jawhead, go on the jawhead, go on the jawhead, Lord JM, go on the jawhead. There you go. They could kill. They could kill. Farsa has no purify. There it is. Kill, 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 kill. Hero, hero, hero. Okay, okay, fall back. Oh my god, fall. Chill, 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 chill. It's a carry. It's still a carry. It's still a carry. Alright, they still want to go for a team fight. Wait, how did they lose? How are you gonna tell me TNC lost? Why did they keep going for a team fight? They already got a pick off on Jawhead and Farsa, and they still kept going for a team fight. How are you gonna tell me they lose this? Maybe they wanted to prolong the team fight so this lane could push? Maybe? I don't know. But it was definitely a free objective. Only Yahweh should have died, so it would have been like a 4v3. Yeah, they still had a front line. Yahweh should have died. They still have poke in front line, so they would still have advantage. They need to learn how to reset, because like around 18 minutes, right? It's an evolve lord first of all, and if you get 2 pickoffs, the death timers are. Oh, why did this? Damn, Oheb hurts now. What the heck? Now they have a chance to. Oh no! Mistakes on mistakes on mistakes. Yeah, TNC needs to reset. They should have reset after picking off the Farsa and the Jawhead. And now they're on the... Oh my god. They're on the losing side now. They're kind of having an addition is what you would say. Having an addition as a team where you just keep making mistakes over and over, and then you just keep trying to contest the Lord one by one, and then you keep dying 1v4, 1v3. It's a very common sickness, or... Yeah, it's a very common sickness that teams have. Additioning. Even my team has it sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, like they could have gotten an Evolve Lord for free. 2 Evolve Lords for free. But this is the problem with a teamfight heavy team, right? If you don't know your macros, you're gonna lose the game. Yahweh, gonna make a play. He doesn't have flicker though. Okay. Is this where they lose? I think that was the play where I saw on Facebook they should have done Lord many times. Many times. They could have definitely disengaged. But instead they were going more like their body language their hero body language was more, oh, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go for a team fight, I'm gonna try to kill this guy. It's not always about killing. Like getting 1 kill, getting 1 pickoff is like a big deal. Getting 2 pickoffs is even better, right? Especially if it's a 2-for-1. Now they're gonna have a hard time. Farsa's gonna feather soon, maybe? No? They're gonna wait for the Lord. Farsa's gonna feather? No, he's not. He doesn't have to. It's an Evolve Lord, so this one's really tanky, by the way. At the Evolve Lord, the Lord becomes really tanky. And this is where they... Oh my god. Yeah, that was definitely a big choke. A lot of chokes from TNC's side. And there goes Carl. And a lot of competitiveness that I see from these guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. In terms of mechanics, TNC should have won. They had the better team fights. Yeah, they definitely should have won. They did not capitalize on 2 Evolve Lords specifically, right? The one Evolve Lord, the one Evolve Lord was where they pushed and tried to end the game, where it was not endable. It was a Farsa with Purify, and you cannot stop the Feather Airstrike, right? And they still had a Suyu, so they also had a frontline Jawhead to help them out, to help defend the Farsa. So it was definitely not endable, no matter how you look at it. Second was where they got a pickoff, right? They got a pickoff on Farsa with no Purify and the Jawhead. Glue ended up ulting the Jawhead, and they had 2 kills for Yahweh, for trading Yahweh, and they still went for a team fight, for a whole team fight. They should have reset, go for a 4v3, because the death timers were way too long at that time. So yeah, in my opinion, those are like the ones that are crucial. But TNC definitely had a lot of misplays mid game as well because of Yahweh. A lot of misplays on the kick. The one where I mentioned earlier where he died twice, right? The first one where he messed up his TikTok. There was one where he did like a four man knockup, but he died. and then he died again at mid. So yeah, it's a lot of like unnecessary plays when you're ahead, and it gives like an opportunity or an opening for the opposing team to come back. The more plays you try to do, the more chances that you're gonna mess up. It's not the same thing as the more shots, the Michael Jordan quote where the all the shots you take or something like that is all the shots that you didn't take are all the shots. I don't know, something like that. It was a Michael Jordan quote. God damn it. But anyways, yeah. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys think TNC should have done better, or TLPH did really well for them to win this game. Alright, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.